Good morning, ladies. How are you doing? I hope I'm live. Facebook did that thing again. It's saying I've been live 15 minutes already. I hope not. So I'm Sophie Nicole Casey, for those of you who don't know me, and today I'm going to be teaching you a very simple 4-step framework that's going to allow you to have passive income. So my apologies, I always forget to turn my music off, so it sounds like I'm having a rave in here. So if you are watching live, please say hello or give me a hashtag live. And if you are watching on replay, give me a hashtag replay. And I'm just trying to find out where. Bear with me. Where? Facebook Studio is not showing me anything right now. So I can't actually see who's live or not. Come on, Facebook, you can do it. So let me know if you can see my screen as well, if you're watching, please. Okay, cool, right, I can see it. Okay, yay, I can see 2 viewers. So say hello, please, so I can see who I'm speaking to. Oh, hey, Rachel, how are you doing, lovely? I'm so glad you could join us live today. And so I'm going to have to be, I'll come back to the comments every now and then because I'm between 3 screens, but I've only got 2 screens. So bear with me a second. Okay. Awesome. So yeah, I actually forgot to share my screen, didn't I? There we go. Okay, there we go. Awesome. So let me know if you can see my screen, please, because it wasn't actually on my screen before. It was just on the background. See, this is when you use StreamYard with Live Studio Producer. It gets very confusing. Okay, awesome. So, right, guys, so I'm going to get straight into it because we haven't got that much time. So today, what we're going to talk about is basically I'm going to show you the kind of offer that you need to create and how to create and launch it, what needs to go into it so that you can actually generate passive income. And I know a couple of you have questioned because I put in my post about paid for ads, and I'm going to get to that very shortly. So first of all, just let me know in the comments, please, where are you now in the world of passive income? You can give me an A, a B, or a C. So A is I've got no idea where to start with it. B is I've got products, courses, and offers, but I'm not sure how to make it passive. And C, I have a system in place, but it's not working. Or obviously you can give us a D, which is I'm absolutely smashing it all, which is amazing if you are. Okay, Rachel's saying good. I think that's because you can see my screen. That's awesome. And I'll just give you a minute to put those answers in. And while I do that, so these, I like to call it like, I missed out the E, but prerequisites. So you need something like this for this to work for you, basically. So your business, it needs to have some digital assets for it to work. And what I mean by digital assets is a course, book, membership, program, something like that, something that is online that you can sell as an asset, basically, that you can make money. Because if we're talking about, something like, if you're just doing like one-to-one coaching or something, it's not something that you can scale. It's not scalable, which means it wouldn't work for you because you're directly swapping your time for money. So you need something that you can sell on autopilot that's not going to burn you out. And that's the basis of everything that I do and teach. So the next thing is you need to have validated the thing you are selling. So that's either by having sold it already or by having enough sufficient proof that it is something that people need. And you need to be willing, and you're going to hate this one, but you need to be willing to sell something for a fraction of the value. And that's where a lot of people get put off. They're like, no, this is amazing. I don't want to sell it for less than X, Y, Z. But the truth is, if you want to have passive income, then you need to do that. And the world is full of people. You need to come from an abundance mindset, not a lack mindset, because you're not going to run out of people, but you do need to be able to sell something for a low price if you want to generate passive income from it, because that is exactly what we want. So yeah, and why bother? So first of all, you want to be able to make money while you sleep. I mean, who doesn't want to do that? You grow your audience at the same time. You get paid to promote something for free. And I'm going to explain this a little bit more. And then, you get your Facebook ads paid for. And obviously this happens later. It doesn't have to be Facebook ads, but Facebook ads is probably the cheapest platform to run on, but also it depends what you're doing. So let me know if you're following so far, and I'm going to move on to the process now. So what I'm going to share with you today is a very simple 4-step framework it's actually a part, it's like the least that you have to do to be able to get it, basically. And it's kind of like a part of my scale framework, which I'm going to show you in a second. But what I'm going to show you today is we're going to go through the groundwork, then we talk about copy, so your content, then we talk about building, and then we talk about making it passive. And why 3 months? Like, so obviously I've said the name of the site was in next 3 months. The reason I said 3 months is because a non-techie client of mine has done this within 3 months. And this is someone who had never stepped foot in WordPress before, someone that didn't know what lead magnet meant, like someone that really didn't think that she could do it. And she actually did it within 3 months. So it is possible. And if you're already like even a little bit tech-minded, it will be like so much easier for you as well. So this is my actual scale framework, just to give you an idea. So the scale stands for strategize, content, actualize, launch, and enhance. Just to be clear, when I say launch, I'm not talking about doing live launches, because that's not something I teach. I mean, I support my clients with it, but it's not something that I say, you know, you need to launch every 3 months, because the whole idea of having evergreen systems is that you don't have to launch and you still get money. So what I mean when I say launch is putting it out into the world. And basically enhance here, that's the only kind of bit that I haven't really included in this, but it is very important. And at the end of this training, I'm going to show you where you can actually find out more, because obviously this training is just scratching the surface. And I've got something else I can give you that's going to go much, much deeper into it. And there's also another framework that I will share with you. So this one is the scale framework, obviously. And the scale framework is for when you're actually building your system. So this is all about funnel building, but there's another framework, and that's the free framework, FREE. And that allows you to actually have the freedom in your business, you know, the financial freedom when it's done right. So I'm going to tell you more about that later. So keep watching. I'm just going to double check for any questions so far. Awesome. Okay. So step one of the framework I'm sharing with you today, groundwork and strategy. So this is what you need to do at the very beginning when you're planning your irresistible offer, because it has to be irresistible. So you've probably done this work on some kind of level before, but you need to ask yourself these questions. So who are you helping? Obviously, we've all done our ICA work, but who are you helping? What do they need? Now, for your actual like content and copy and so on to be effective and to be powerful enough, you need to know what they have tried already. So how is the thing you're offering different, basically? So what have they tried? Why didn't it work? What makes you different? What are your USPs? And then you need to decide after that what kind of offer you want to make, because there are lots of different kinds. The one that I like to do the most is, it's basically a bundle. So what you're doing is you offer one asset, so it's like a course or something, but you add a lot of other things in there. And this is kind of where we sort of turn it into an irresistible offer, because you're not just selling a course at a really, really, really good price, but you're adding things in there to complement it, not just throwing like random things in there, but things that are actually going to complement it and help your people more to make it like really that irresistible. So you need to decide, what kind of offer do you want to make? So is it going to be like a bundle, like I said, or are you going to do something else? It could be, you know, it could just be a course if you wanted to, but I do recommend creating an offer that's actually a bundle. So let me know if you're following now. So what is like the key asset that's going to be in there? What's the thing that you're going to be selling? And then how are you going to make it irresistible? So let me just give you a real example. So on one of my offers like this, the thing I'm offering is it's a plug and play bot funnel for a launch. Funnily enough, I know I talk about launches, but I do help clients with launches. And they install it, and it's everything they need to be able to get high attendance for their launch, basically using a messenger bot. But then how do we make it irresistible? I also add in there templates to the branded images. I add in there, you know, a Trello board so that they can actually plan their entire launch. I add in there extra training, like on different things they didn't know to get even higher attendance for their event. You know, I add all these extra things in there. And then when you package this up in a nice little offer, people are just like, wow, like this is way too much. And it's all for like less than $50. It's ridiculous. You know, it's ridiculous. People can't say no to it. And that's what it has to be. Whereas on its own, I would sell that course for at least 200. So, but I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to, you know, sell it for a fraction of the cost based on the fact that it's going to sell itself while I'm sleeping. And that's kind of where people feel a lot of friction, but that's what it really, really is important. So you need to decide on your price points, and you need to decide what bonuses are going to complement it and how is it going to be profitable. Now, this is really, really important. The way we make it profitable is with these bumps, upsells, and downsells. And if you don't know what they are, a bump is, where you check out and then it's got a little tick box and it's like, would you like it gift wrapped for another £5? Or would you like to add the audio version of my ebook for another, $2 or something? This is a bump offer. Upsells and downsells. Upsells like, well, okay, you're already going to invest in me, and now I want you to invest more, and it's going to be like a much higher value. It's going to be higher than your course, and it's just, a percentage of these people will buy it, maybe just 5%, but it's still a percent. And then if they say no to that, then you can offer them a downsell, something a little bit lower. And these are the things that actually make it profitable. And I'm going to explain a bit more about that when we come to the Facebook ads thing, about how that works. So let me know. I'm just going to quickly double check for some comments. Karen is watching live. Hello, lovely. Thank you so much for joining us today. So yeah, let me know if that makes sense so far. Let me know if you want me to go into that any more for you. Otherwise, I'm going to crack straight on. Oh yeah, and let me know. If you do, say you're going to build this in your business right now, what would your thing be? Like, let me know in the comments. What is the thing that you would offer for this? And how much would you sell it for as well? So I'd love to know that. Okay, so step 2 is copy. Now this, you might think it's a really obvious thing, but people forget to do this, right, on so many levels. So there's a few different things you need to think about when you're planning your copy, and it's very, very important. So you have to name all the parts of your offer. Like if you've got like a little course or something, it needs to have modules. If you've got like a high value ebook, it needs to have chapters, but they all have to have good names. It has to sound enticing. Every single tiny little part of your offer has to sound magical and enticing and curious and irresistible. Also, all the bonuses that you're going to add in there, you have to use powerful words. You can't just say, I include a spreadsheet or I include a checklist. It has to be like the ultimate template to allow you to achieve X, Y, Z faster. You need to actually have persuasive copy, or not necessarily persuasive, but like enticing copy in every single part that you're going to play in this. And then you need to actually think about, and this is before you're building anything, by the way, you have to do your copy first, because if you start building and then you do your copy after, you might build something, you might create a course, and then you do your copy and you're like, oh, okay. Because when you write your copy, you really get into the head of your ICA. So you're writing your copy and you're like, oh, okay, yeah. I'm now my ICA while I'm writing this copy. Oh my God, this would be amazing for them. They would love this. And then you're like, oh crap, I've already made my course and it's not got it in it. So we always do the persuasive copy first. We always do the copy, the landing pages, the email, everything, because that's how we know what we have to put in the thing, and then we don't have to make it twice. Really, really important. So obviously you need to be, depending on what you're doing, and we can go into this a little bit more further on, but if you've got any landing pages, sales pages, and email sequences, obviously you have to write these, and you need to think about, when you're writing it, you need to be going back to these questions, wherever it is, these questions, and these need to be in that copy. So, when you're writing your sales page copy, you're saying to them, I know you've tried this and I know that this didn't work, but it's not your fault, because everyone in the industry is trying to do it this way. Whereas I'm here to tell you now that I know a way that's different to this and it does work. And this is where you kind of put them in. So it's really important that you've actually done this work first. Whereas a lot of people just kind of jump ahead and they think they want to offer something, but they don't do that research first. And then when you're planning all your copy and stuff, you need to value each asset. So all of those things, them like bonuses, the modules, the chapters, all of that stuff I said about when you're planning the thing, you need to value you need to give all of them a value as well, because when you're writing your copy for your sales page and so on, you need to be writing what they're going to get, and you need to be giving it a value. And then when you add up together the whole value of what they're getting, it's going to come to a lot. You're not just going to say like, yeah, you can have it today for like $40 and it's normally $70. No, you're going to say the value. So how is it going to change their life? This course is going to change your life so much. It's actually worth $900, and this bonus is going to save you so much time. It's worth $200. Together, it's worth $2,000, Don't just make up numbers, because if anyone questions it, you have to prove how you gain to that value. But you have to just value every single little bit of it, add it up, and that is going to be reflected in your copy. on your sales page, in your emails, and so on, because this is like how people are, it's not about what you're offering and how much it's worth, it's what is value to them, how is it going to help them. So that is basically copy in a nutshell. Karen's giving me a thumbs up. Hey. Rachel's saying, I'm not sure, I'm a massage therapist, but the thing I'm really wanting to do long term is my network marketing business. So I'm not sure what I could do for this. Yeah, Rachel, network marketing is a tricky one, isn't it? Because, I mean, I'm sure there are, like, which part of network marketing are you doing? Because, I mean, if you are teaching, if you're already really good at network marketing and you can actually teach other people how to do it, then you could create a course for it and you could turn it into this kind of offer, you know? But for actual like service based, it's a little bit more difficult, but because it has to be something that's scalable, basically. So let me know if that makes sense and what your thoughts are on that. Karen's saying great info. Thank you for the feedback, lovely, appreciated. So number 3, so step 3 of the framework is the building. So obviously you've got all your copy down, you know exactly what you're going to make. So there's just a few things you need to remember to do. So you need to create the thing you're selling. If you haven't already, you know, create that course that you're going to sell. You know, you need to have a freebie, and I'll explain where this comes in a moment. You need to create any bonuses, because the chances are when you're writing that sales page copy, you realize what an awesome bonus would be, but you also realize you didn't have it. So you just need to create everything, basically. You need to design your sales page. You need to make sure that on your sales page, you have mock-up images. Now, what I mean by mock-up images are images that show everything that's included. So I can give you an example of this if you want to see one. I can post it in the comments later. Let me know if you want to see. But basically, for example, it would be like like a laptop screen frame with like a screenshot of the course or whatever you're selling. And then it would be like, you know how on Canva you can create like the little booklets and stuff? It'll be like them. And then maybe there'll be like a phone one and a tablet one. And it's just showing that perceived value. And it's really, really important, because the reason is it makes them feel like they're getting something tangible. It might just be an online spreadsheet in an online course, but when they see that picture, they feel like they're going to get that in their hands. And that is like one of the most powerful things. So make sure you've got them, and make sure they look good. Make sure they look tidy, like make sure they look clean. Put it on a nice transparent background so that it works with the background color on your sales page and all that kind of stuff. And then obviously you need to do your email automations as well. So with these, there is a lot. Email is the biggest part of pretty much any funnel, and there's a reason, because email marketing is so powerful. So don't forget. So obviously, if you're doing like something with a freebie, you have to deliver that. You have to deliver the freebie. You need to nurture them. You need to have some promo in there after you've gained the know, like, and trust factor. Don't forget emails for onboarding. So if they purchase, so that they automatically get, you know, in your course, they get access to whatever they've purchased. Don't forget offboarding. So if it's something like a membership, you know, when they leave, that you're sending them, you know, like an offboarding survey, like how did they find it, so that you can use that later. And don't forget cart abandonment. So if you're little, like, super pro tip here for you, if you're using a checkout on a sales page, use a 2-step checkout. That's where they have to put their name and email first, then they click next, then they get to the payment details, because that way, if they don't finish their payment, you send them an email an hour later saying, hey, did you forget your purchase? And a lot of people forget about this, but it's very, very important. So that's like the building phase. So obviously it can be hard to know how to actually do all that, but just, yeah, templates are your friend. If you can find templates, use them. This is obviously something that I provide in my programs, but I'm not going to go into that today. If you do want to know about that, let me know, because I include all of this in like my signature program. But yeah, so we've done the groundwork, we've done the copy, and then we've done the building, and then this is the fun bit. So step 4 of this super simple framework is making it passive. Before I move on to that, I'm just going to quickly double check for any more questions or comments. Okay, so Rachel is saying, right, that does make sense. Okay, so are you going to be teaching network marketing, Rachel, or where do you fit into it, or what do you see wanting to grow? And the same with like the massage side as well. If you can teach something, then you can turn it into a course, basically. But without me knowing more about your business now, it's hard to say. Deja, is it Deja or Deja? Sorry, I hope I said that right. It's saying, so far I can only think of ebooks on learning how to crochet and my story on it, but I'm lost on anything else. Okay, well, learning how to crochet is really great. You could do that as a video course quite easily. And then your add-ons could be like, for example, patterns, like extra pattern, like a pack of 5 different designs that they can copy. And, you can do loads of stuff on that. That's really awesome. Tanya's giving me a thumbs up. Hello, lovely. Michelle's here. Hey, Michelle. Thanks for joining, lovely. They were saying, I like that idea. And yes, you did. Hey, I don't know which one it was, though. I think it's Asia. Hopefully it's that one. Awesome. Okay, cool. So finally, making it passive. So step 1, connect it to your lead magnet. And this, if you've seen any of my other lives, you would have heard me talking about Tripwire or SLO. And that's what we're talking about here. So when you attach this kind of offer to a lead magnet, that's what it's called. SLO stands for self-liquidating offer. And self-liquidating is the part where it pays for your Facebook ads, because you're paying ads to grow your audience. And then off the back of it, you're getting sales passively, which is paying for your ads. And then go back to the strategy groundwork part, what we spoke about earlier. It's those bumps, upsells and downsells that make it profitable. So you're literally growing your audience for free while making money all at the same time. And it's amazing. And obviously you need to have it in place properly. You have to have it done. You need to have this is where the enhanced part comes in, actually, of my main framework. But you need to know that it works. And because I can't go into more detail than that today, because I've not got enough actual time to do it. But you need to make sure that it works. So you need to obviously have your tracking in place. I love to talk about tracking, guys, if you've watched me before. But before we get to the Facebook ad stage, you can see inbound marketing techniques there. And this is something that I love, especially for me personally as an introvert. I don't like to be out everywhere, like sharing my links everywhere, jumping on every group post that says share your links, who do you help, ready, rah. Here are a few things that you can do to actually be able to fill up that funnel without having to go outbound to inbound. So first of all, create a banner or cover image for your profiles, for your pages, for either your freebie or your offer. It's up to you if you want to try freebie then offer, or send them straight to the offer. You can do both and test it. Another thing you can do is add pinned or featured posts to all of your platforms. Obviously add it to your link tree or your quick links page if you don't have link tree. I prefer the quick links page because then I can track the people that go on it, because I own that page, and then I can target them on Facebook ads later. You can create Instagram story and add it to your highlights, add it to your website homepage. You can create a pop-up so that when people go on your website, when they go to leave or when they've been on it for a set amount of time, a pop-up just pops up and says, hey, how do you like this freebie? And then when they sign up, they go to your amazing sales page with your irresistible offer, and 10% on average are going to purchase. So that might seem low to you, but it's good. It's good. If you think about like how hard it is to get 10 leads, then, oh yeah, so you add it to your email signature, add it to your bio on all the platforms. And if you do blogging, if you've got any high value blogs on your website, in between the paragraphs, you can strategically place a little sign up box. So let's just say you're doing a blog about what your freebie is about. And then when they get to like the third paragraph, you're saying sign up to this, which is exactly what you need based on the fact that you're reading this blog. So there's loads of things you can do there to make it, passive. And then once you know that it's working, once you know that people are signing up, you can start running Facebook ads to it. And then if it's not going to be profitable, it should at least pay for itself, which means you're building your audience for free. You're growing your group because you do that within your communications. You're building your email list, you're building your group, and it's just all going to be paid for because you've got this amazing offer doing it for you. So I'm just going to quickly double check. So Deja's saying the 2-step checkout option where they'll still sign up for emails. What do you mean? Sorry, lovely. Yeah, so basically they will say they go on your sales page and they start to purchase and they realize they can't log into PayPal or they've not got the right, code to get in or something like that. So you would then email them to remind them to purchase. But I mean, if you could add them to your email list then as well, but you would have to make sure you're compliant with GDPR and privacy regulations. So make sure in your privacy policy, you've got that. Make sure, there's a little tick button to say, I agree to your privacy policy and terms, and then you're not breaking any rules. Michelle's saying, yes, so great, you're amazing, thank you. And she's saying, great idea. And I know, Michelle, you've got a few offers like that, so I know you know all about this, my lovely. Yeah, so let's see, I've got 3 minutes before I have to get off. But so basically, this is just scratching the surface. Here are just a few things that you need to think about. You need to think about what to include in the sales page. You need to think about how you're going to do your email marketing strategy. You know, how much like promo versus nurture, what sort of order of emails, what kind of like time sensitivity you can add. You need to think about the kind of elements that make a sales page convert. So what you need on there, for example, include lots of proof. For example, testimonials are key. Without those, you're not going to get sales. How to integrate it all, how to optimize your checkout. This is also very important. What to do after the sale, how to link the funnels, and generally how to attack. So there's a lot more to think about, but I hope that this training has given you enough to like at least get you started, and you can always like, you know, find support elsewhere when you get stuck. But I will give you now, so I said earlier about you've got my scale framework and then the free framework. So if you want to know how, like, this kind of funnel is really, really tiny. It's low ticket. It's like the first step that people might take in your business for them to actually then go and work with you on a deeper level and start buying high ticket stuff, like mid to high ticket stuff. So if you want to learn more about how to actually have it all so it all fits together, so not just passive low ticket, but also mid high ticket, and all of those passive, semi-passive, and recurring, I do have a free training which you guys can get now. So in this training, if you haven't seen it already, how to achieve automation abundance, it shows you the exact method. And in this training, I share my free framework, which is it's like the business strategy you need to have. And like I said earlier, the scale framework is more like what you do when you're actually building the funnels. So you can screenshot this now or go back and pause it. But I just want to tell you one last thing, because this month is my 7th birthday in business and I didn't realize. So as a little present, next month, August, I'm actually going to offer 4 free roadmap planning sessions, which are normally $97 each. I'm going to allow it to 5 people per session. So it's going to be like 5 to 30 minutes coaching for each person. So if you want to join us, I've done them in different time zones on different dates. There's just 4. Scan that QR code as well, and you can sign up, and we can just go. We can talk about like your funnel. What's your funnel going to look like? We can talk about anything like launch strategy, lots of different things, any like kind of tech support and so on. So I'm just going to leave this on here. So that's the training I told you about. This is the roadmap offer in the middle of the free coaching. And then if you want to join my free community where you can find lots more value, you can actually join that there as well on that right-hand one. Okay, so I'm just going to double check. Hang on a sec, I've lost where I was with that. Karen's saying, yes, have freebies included on my blog. Awesome. It's such a great place to have it, isn't it? Because you know by the fact that they're reading that blog that they're the right people for your freebie. So it's a no-brainer. And you could send like really cheap Google Ads traffic there as well on a traffic campaign to just send them there. They're just saying, okay, thank you. You're more than welcome, my lovely. Tanya Sharma is saying, yes. Sorry, I don't know which bit that was about, my lovely. Was it about having something in mind that you would sell? Michelle is saying, thank you to my lovely. And Rachel is saying, I'm not to the point in network marketing that I'll probably be teaching something there. I could brainstorm if I can do some sort of massage course. I mean, I could do the network marketing side. If I do it with a freebie, then they attend the pre-recorded webinar going over the products and the income making opportunity side, and it can still link from there if they're interested. Sorry, it keeps jumping around. What's going on? If they're interested, to my website with the company where they can sign up with me, and then they add themselves to our Facebook group. Yeah, exactly. So you could do it like that, like more like an evergreen masterclass funnel. And as long as you're going to make sales off that, I mean, that's a completely different kind of funnel. But yeah, you can absolutely do that. So you just offer a training like how to, like what are the benefits of network marketing? You know, how to achieve. I think network marketing is also semi-passive income, isn't it? So it's like how to achieve semi-passive income, even if you haven't got a business, all that kind of stuff. They'll sign up, watch your training, and then your call to action is that they can actually use your link. They can sign up and work with you and so on. And you could even offer like a bit like what Mish is doing in SOM. You know, you could offer additional training for them within there without it being like a proper course, if that makes sense. So yeah, let me know if I've got that all right, because I'll struggle reading things like this when I'm on live. You can come back to that above comment later if you want. Yeah, I'll read it again when I'm off the live, but let me know how that sounds. Karen's saying happy birthday. Thank you. Oh, no, I can't believe 7 years. It's crazy. And Rachel's saying, oh, that's good to know. And Michelle's saying happy birthday. Thank you, lovely. And Michelle's saying, oh, book awesome. And Tanya's saying happy birthday. Oh, thank you so much, lovely. Rachel's saying, or I could get my husband to create a course on blacksmithing, which he's been doing for 20 years, and have it linked to his blacksmithing website. Yeah, that'd be awesome. That's such a rare trade. That is so cool. Yeah, I mean, you can do it, anything that you have a skill in, you can do as a course. The thing is, obviously, if you can't just do like random stuff, because you'd have to like have a website for each one. But the fact that he's actually got a website and has been doing that, you could easily do that. That's really cool. And yeah, okay, so I got what you were saying in that comment. Awesome. Okay, yay, wonderful. So has anyone else got any questions? Because I'm running over a tiny bit now. My slot ends at 10, my time. But yeah, thank you so much for joining today, lovelies. It's been really great to be on here because I wasn't able to join live last week. And yeah, if you've got any more questions, if you're watching on replay, I will come back and I'll be happy to answer those. And until then, have a wonderful Thursday, all of you, and I will speak to you soon. All right. Lots of love. Thank you so much.